If you bought one of these 7 trucks in the last 3 years, you made a costly mistake, and well, you are not the only one. Right now, owners across America are watching their $70,000 pickups lose value faster than ice melts in July. While mechanics refuse to work on them, veteran technicians are calling these models financial disasters on wheels, trucks built with experimental technology that is failing before warranties expire. We are talking about depreciation rates hitting 40% in just 24 months, something unheard of in the truck world. The manufacturers pushed these rigs to market before the engineering was ready, and now everyday folks are paying the price. So if you own one of these trucks or you are thinking about buying used, you need to see this. Here are the 7 trucks that will be worthless by 2026. Hit subscribe now if you want the truth about today's trucks, but before we start, what truck do you own? Let us know in the comments below. The truck industry has completely abandoned what made American pickups legendary for over 5 decades. Instead of building on proven engineering, manufacturers rushed experimental technology to market, chasing government regulations and fleeting market trends. It is a perfect storm of corporate greed and engineering hubris. What we are witnessing is not just normal depreciation, it is financial devastation. Trucks that rolled off lots with $70,000 price tags are now worth barely $30,000 just 2 years later. That is not the usual 20% hit you expect with new vehicles. We are talking about catastrophic 40 to 60% losses that are bankrupting hard-working Americans who needed these trucks for their livelihoods. The situation is so dire that experienced mechanics across the country are refusing to work on these models. I have personally spoken with shop owners who have turned these trucks away because they cannot ethically charge customers for repairs they know will not last. A 35-year veteran technician in Texas told me that these are no longer trucks. They are rolling computer experiments with beds attached. Real people are, desperately trying to unload these vehicles before values plummet even further. Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist are just flooded with listings from owners who are trying to escape financial ruin. One owner I interviewed was making about $1,200 a month on a truck that's worth $25,000 less than he owes. He can't sell it, can't trade it, and honestly, he can't afford to keep it. Meanwhile, dealerships and manufacturers are quietly distancing themselves from these disasters. Service departments are booked months out, and parts are, perpetually on back order. And warranty claims are being denied with, let's say, increasingly creative excuses. The industry knows exactly what they've sold you, and they're hoping you just won't notice until it's too late. Number 7. Ford. The F-150 Lightning represents perhaps the greatest gap between marketing promise and ownership reality in modern automotive history. Ford promised a revolution, a truck that could do everything your gas F-150 could, while saving you money and saving the planet. Instead, they delivered an expensive experiment that's leaving owners stranded. The EPA estimated range of 320 miles quickly becomes just 160 miles in real-world conditions. Add a trailer, cold weather, or highway speeds, and, that number drops even further. Owners report making calculations like fighter pilots running on fumes, constantly anxious about whether they will make it home. One Colorado contractor told me he keeps a gas generator in the bed, defeating the entire purpose of an electric truck just so he won't get stranded between job sites. The charging infrastructure Ford promised would support these vehicles simply has not materialized. Public chargers are, frequently broken, incompatible, or occupied. Home charging requires expensive electrical upgrades many owners just did not budget for. One Lightning owner in Michigan called his $70,000 truck the world's most expensive driveway ornament after discovering his rural home would need $8,000 in electrical upgrades to charge it properly. Battery replacement costs are, honestly, the ticking time bomb Ford does not want to discuss. When these complex battery packs fail, and early data is showing some pretty alarming failure rates, owners, they're facing replacement costs that can exceed $30,000. That's actually more than a lot of used Lightnings are even worth on the open market today. And, insurance companies are increasingly refusing to cover these costs, which just leaves owners holding the bag. The resale market has, completely rejected used Lightnings. Auction prices have collapsed, with many trucks selling for less than 50% of their original MSRP after just 18 months. Dealers won't take them as trade-ins, except at massive losses. And private buyers, they're educated enough now to just stay far away. One auction house manager actually told me they cannot move Lightnings at any price. They just sit on the lot until basically we practically give them away. Stellantis took the reliable Ram 1500 platform and, well, turned it into an unreliable money pit with the TRX. The truck looks impressive on paper, but ownership? It's been anything but. The supercharged 6.2-liter Hellcat engine puts out an impressive 702 horsepower, but it comes at a catastrophic cost to reliability, fuel economy, and honestly, owner wallets. These trucks are averaging 8 to 10 miles per gallon in real-world driving, if everything's working properly, that is. With current fuel prices, TRX owners are reporting they spend $300 to $400 weekly just to commute. The 33-gallon tank provides barely 300 miles of range, meaning owners are constantly at gas stations watching money flow almost as fast as fuel. Maintenance costs are, well, astronomical, even by luxury standards. Oil changes require 8.5 quarts of synthetic oil, and specialized filters costing at least $250. The supercharger needs regular maintenance costing $1,500 each time. The massive brakes, complex suspension and specialized tires all wear out at an accelerated rate, thanks to the truck's immense weight and power. One Texas owner actually documented spending over $9,000 on maintenance in just his first year of ownership. These are basically track vehicles masquerading as daily drivers. The components just weren't designed for everyday use, and they're failing accordingly. Supercharger bearings, fuel pumps, and transmission solenoids are common failure points before 40,000 miles, and when these parts fail, a lot of owners discover that replacements are on nationwide backorder for months. Insurance companies have finally caught up to the TRX risk profile, with many owners reporting insurance costs that actually exceed their loan payments. Several major insurers have stopped writing new policies for TRXs altogether, classifying them alongside exotic sports cars instead of trucks. Combined with depreciation exceeding 45% in just 2 years, TRX owners are, well, trapped in financial quicksand. Number 5. The Chevrolet Silverado EV. General Motors promised the Silverado EV would reinvent the electric truck segment with innovative features and superior technology. Instead, they delivered a masterclass in overpromising and underdelivering. The few customers who have actually received their trucks are discovering the painful reality behind the glossy marketing. The software controlling these trucks is fundamentally unstable. Owners report weekly over-the-air updates that, frequently break more features than they fix. One Michigan owner documented his truck locking him out completely after an update, requiring a flatbed tow to a dealership where it sat for 17 days while a software engineer worked to resolve the issue. Battery degradation is occurring at alarming rates, with some first-year owners reporting between 20 to 30% capacity loss already. This, translates to rapidly diminishing range. Trucks that initially delivered 250 to 300 miles now struggle to reach 200 miles on a full charge. General Motors' warranty covers battery capacity only if it falls below 70% within 8 years. So, that means many owners experiencing 20% degradation have no recourse, despite significantly reduced functionality. The service network for these vehicles simply does not exist. Traditional Chevy dealers, well, they lack the equipment, training, and expertise to address complex electric vehicle powertrains. Multiple owners report being turned away from dealerships for basic issues, because, honestly, no technician is certified for that system yet. When service is available, wait times stretch into months rather than days. Service is, limited and slow. Perhaps most concerning are the widespread charging port failures. The complex cooling and communication systems in these ports are proving unreliable, with many owners reporting complete charging inability after just months of ownership. When these failures occur, the trucks become immobile, They cannot be charged at home, at public stations, or even with dealer equipment. One frustrated owner in California has had his Silverado electric vehicle at the dealership for over 60 days, just waiting for parts that, honestly, do not exist yet. Number 4. GMC. The GMC Hummer electric vehicle represents perhaps the most misguided vehicle development program of the modern era. GMC took everything problematic about the original Hummer and made it worse by adding a massive battery pack, creating a 9,000-pound monster that is destroying infrastructure, owner finances, and itself. The sheer weight of this vehicle is its primary problem. At over 9,000 pounds, more than two Honda Civics combined, the Hummer electric